Alright, here it goes, y'all. Another video of something else that's wrong with Rhino. Here you have your carrier bearing. These usually go out. I would change them out every 100,000 miles, but y'all see all the play it has. That's why I really don't want to drive Rhino and see how bad it is in there. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that carrier bearing. Alright, here it is. I got the carrier bearing. Take it out. The U-joint is having a hard time coming out. I know some people speak against taking the yoke out of the transfer case, but I'm probably just gonna disassemble the transfer case anyway. Because I might have to reseal. I don't know if y'all see, it has some leaks in it, so we're gonna be taking care of that pretty soon. But whenever you take these apart, make sure you mark it some kind of way so that everything goes back the perfect and the correct way. Alright, here it is. Taking one of the pieces of the two-piece drive shaft out of my truck, and yes, eventually I will be going to a one-piece aluminum, but it's gonna set me back $700, and you know, with the house I just bought, I don't have money like that to just be throwing everywhere. So we're keeping the drive shaft for the meantime. This part, the slip, you want to make sure that you mark it. Yeah, that's the next door neighbors and my wife talking. But before you pull it out, make sure you mark it so that you could put it back the way it was, because you really don't want things kind of twisting on you or mixing up. But here it goes. All right, here goes a carrier bearing. Of course, whenever you take it apart, you're gonna have to bust it up pretty good. Here goes the raise. It's actually in one piece. This is the part that goes right here. It actually slides in, and it's pretty hard to get off. But basically what I did is I got the shaft like this, and with this hammer I was hitting. I have a pretty good aim with that hammer, so wasn't much of an issue getting this off. To me, actually came off a lot easier than what I thought. But the raise, this part of the inner bearing, of course, here are the little bearing pieces, and here's the bearing holder. Well, this piece, a lot of times, you know, whenever it's on, and a lot of times what people will tell you to do is cut it with the grinder and break it. But you cut it with the grinder, you have, you know, you don't want to cut this, so you just have to be careful. Or you could do like me and hit it off with the pretty heavy duty hammer and just leave it complete. But I'd rather hit it with the hammer. But yeah, and if you do hit it with the hammer, make sure you have like a piece of wood or something like that. Don't put it on the concrete or anything metal, because you don't want to mess up these splines. I'm just saying. Alright, here goes the old carrier bearing and pieces all torn apart. That's the old one. This is the new one. And I'm gonna go ahead and lube this up with some bearing grease. And basically lubing it, you don't have to lube it, but I mean, I recommend that you lube it. It'll help get this to press more in. So basically I'm using these pieces of pipe that I used on my previous project with the flagpole, and they fit exactly in there so that I could hit it with the hammer to press the bearing all the way in. You just want to be careful with hitting the bearing. You see mine goes exactly right in the middle, but you don't want to tear the bearing up. You always want to go with the raise, hit the raise and not the rest of the bearing. Otherwise you're gonna have to go back to the store, and because you're gonna tear this ring up that has the bearings, and you're gonna be screwed. Alright, there it goes. Kept hitting it until I heard that ting. You know, every time you hit it, you hear a dull thud, a dull bang, and then you'll know when it's seated all the way whenever you hear that ting, and your hammer just bounces off a lot easier. Thought I was gonna have to use this Harbor Freight drill press. I mean, shop press, but didn't even have to use it. All right, I went ahead and cleaned up the splines, put some more grease. Of course, the boot slips on. After the boot slips on, you put this other yoke on, and clean up the inside grease also. All right, and there it goes, already installed. You know, I said to make some marks. See right there? I said to make some marks on the drive shaft, on the two-piece drive shaft. You really don't have to make any marks up there. I don't know about yours, but where the splines meet up, there was only, you have a key to where, I guess Ford set it so where you cannot mess it up. You can't install it the wrong way. And it's also for the rear piece. Whenever it slips in this part, you can't, there's no way that you could get it wrong. So kind of dummy proof right here. Basically that's all it is for the install, the carrier bearing. We're good now. I'm about to take it out for test drive, make sure everything's good to go. Alright, the test drive went pretty good. After the test drive, you know, I found out that it took care of a lot of the vibration that I was feeling in the truck, especially when it came to like fourth gear. Almost all of the vibration is out. I already know some of the vibration is still there due to the front drive shaft not being connected yet, but I think that's probably going to be the next video. So everything went good. Everything went perfect, really, minus the fact that I broke one of those clips that go in the U-joint. But luckily, from a previous project, I had some extra clips, and I went ahead and put them in, and we're good to go. I just basically just want to do this video and show y'all. It's pretty easy doing. It's really not that hard. I'm not gonna say it's easy. Maybe some people are less lucky than me, but it's really not that hard to do this carrier bearing replacement. So there we go.